The Northern Uí Néill is the name given to several dynasties in northwestern medieval Ireland that claimed descent from a common ancestor, Niall of the Nine Hostages. Other dynasties in central and eastern Ireland who also claimed descent from Niall were termed the Southern Uí Néill. The dynasties of the Northern Uí Néill were the Cenél Conaill and Cenél named after supposed sons of Niall, Conall and Eógain. The Northern Uí Néill's over-kingdom in its earliest days was known as in Fochla and in Tuaiscert, both meaning the north, and was initially ruled by the Cenél Conaill. After the Cenél nEógain's rise to dominance, it became known as Aileach. Mythical origins. It is claimed in medieval Irish texts that around 425, three sons of Niall Aileach, Eógain, Conall, and Enda, along with the R.C., son of Conall and her children, invaded northwest and Ulster. The result was the vast reduction in the territory of the Aileach, with the portion of land taken by the three sons of Niall becoming the kingdom of Aileach. This land was divided between the three brothers as such. Conall took the western portion and named it Tuaiscert. Eógain took possession of the main peninsula and named it Eógain, and took nominal possession of land lying south of Aileach, which became known as Enda. The lack of contemporary evidence has cast doubt on the validity of traditional accounts, with questions raised whether such an invasion actually took place, as well as whether the invaders even belonged to the Uí Néill at all. Origins. Despite the questions over the validity of the traditional accounts, these alleged sons of Niall are collectively known by historians as the Northern Uí Néill. For the 8th century onwards, likely sponsored by Allan, a Cenél nEógain, king of Tara and conquests, the Bishop of Armagh. Early Irish historians carefully constructed propaganda to shore up and cement Uí Néill political supremacy along with the ecclesiastical supremacy of Armagh. This involved the ruthless rewriting and doctoring of genealogies, lists of kings, history, and early annals, tracing the current situation as having primacy all the way back into the undocumented 5th century. In tandem, about a dozen peoples became designated within what was called Uí Néill in Tuaiscert, of which the Cenél Conaill and Cenél nEógain were the most dominant. By the 13th century, the Cenél Conaill had come to dominance over the original territory of the Northern Uí Néill in Donegal, and sponsored their own history, which incorporated elements from earlier historical revisions, known as the Aileach Conaill. The Otherworld Adventures of Conall. It details how sons of Niall Aileach, the eponymous ancestor of the Uí Néill dynasties, came forth from Connacht, and invaded the northwestern territory of the Aileach, conquering it from the indigenous people, the Dalfiatic. This territory roughly equated to present-day County Donegal in the Republic of Ireland. Here they founded their own over-kingdom and dynasties, the Cenél Conaill and Cenél nEógain. Detailed analysis of maternal ancestries, place names, hagiography, archaeology, and saints' genealogies has brought the origins of the Cenél Conaill branch of the Northern Uí Néill into question, with it being claimed that they are most likely a branch of the Cruthan, linked to the Uiach Cobra of Ivy and Conall, adding to the confusion over the true origins of the Cenél Conaill and Cenél nEógain. Recent DNA analysis of descendants from both branches shows a common ancestor in the northwest of Ireland dating from around 1,730 years ago. ago. Niall Aileach has been ruled out by historian Brian Lacey as being this ancestor, providing other possible candidates including Canna Macluidech Lamfharta, Dalfiartic leader of Tuaiscert Aileach Aileach, father of the three collars, or perhaps an anonymous Cruthin prince. History. The over-kingdom of the Northern Uí Néill was known originally as in Fochla, meaning the north, with the over-king styled as Eógain.The Fochla, the king of the north. It was divided into several sub-kingdoms, which on their own held dominance over smaller Tuaiscert. The territory of the Cenél Conaill was called Territorial, meaning the land of Conall. The territory Conaill held by the late 16th century would become the basis for County Donegal. The territory of the Cenél nEógain was called Eógain, meaning Eógain's island, the name of which survives today as the name of the Inishowen Peninsula. The king was styled as Aileach, the king of Aileach, with the base being the Geonan of Aileach at the entrance of the Inishowen Peninsula. The Cenél Conaill and Cenél nEógain are assumed to have established lordship over the neighbouring local Tuaiscert. Originally the Cenél Conaill were the dominant branch, and were so from the 6th to late 8th centuries. However, throughout the 6th and 7th centuries, they and the Cenél nEógain are claimed to have been vying over dominance of the over-kingdom. In 734, after a challenge from Aileach, king of the Cenél nEógain, the Cenél Conaill over king of the Northern Uí Néill, and the Uí Néill as a whole, Flathbatach mac Loingzech abdicated. For then onwards the Cenél Conall's dominance started to wane, and the rulers would never again attain the status of over-king of the Uí Néill. It was from this point that the lengthy rotation of the kingship of Tara between the Cenél nEógain and Clan Charmain of the Southern Uí Néill started. The power of the Cenél Conaill collapsed around the 780s, allowing the Cenél nEógain to advance against them. According to the Annals of Ulster, in 788 the Cenél nEógain as part of a southwards push burned the monastery of Derry, which had been built by the Cenél Conaill in the 6th century. The following year, 789, the Battle of Cloetech occurred between the Cenél nEógain, led by Eógain, and the Cenél Conaill, for complete control of the Northern Uí Néill. The Cenél nEógain emerged victorious, excluding the Cenél Conaill from the over-kingship as well as from Magnetha, the valuable plains south of Greenan Mountain in Inishowen. Following this battle, the Northern Uí Néill over-kingdom became known as Aileach instead of in Fochla and in Tuaiscert. The Cenél Conaill were afterwards confined to the sub-kingdom of Territorial. Subjugation of Aileach. The Northern Uí Néill were initially hesitant to test the might of Ulster's more powerful kingdoms such as Aileach, and even the minor Charnacht. However, over the following centuries they would come to conquer and dominate the majority of Ulster. The rate of this expansion has been claimed as equating to a rate of not even 10 miles per century. The main beneficiary of this was the Cenél nEógain, whose gains came largely at the expense of the over-kingdom of Aileach in central Ulster, as well as the Aileach further east. Facing pressure from the Cenél Conaill to the west, the nEógain advanced from the base in the Inishowen Peninsula, crossing over the River Foyle into the present-day counties Londonderry and Tyrone in Northern Ireland. Tyrone derives its name from the nEógain, the land of Eógain. Aileach was a confederation of 9 sub-kingdoms, with its name meaning hostage-givers in reference to its subordination. The eponymous ancestor of the Uí Néill was Niall or Niall of the 9 Hostages, and it is suggested that this may be the origin of his nickname. Originally under the dominance of the allied nEógain, the son of Néill, brought Aileach under the hegemony of the Northern Uí Néill after defeating the combined forces of the Aileach and allied at the Battle of Lech in 827. During the 10th century, a branch of the nEógain known as the Mabinag had colonized the area around Tuaiscert, the apparent royal inauguration site of the Aileach. By the 11th century, having taken control of Tuaiscert, the nEógain had moved the royal seat from Aileach, likely due to the significance of the site and that it undermined the kingship of the rivals. The first nEógain king to be inaugurated was Néill. Despite the nEógain moving the royal site, Aileach would remain synonymous with them long afterwards. Aileach's centre of power was pushed into southern Ulster as a result of nEógain's expansion. The nEógain conquests included the Maccathmel of the nEógain Feradeg the capital of Western Aileach, the Maccanner of nEógain Noangsa, who spread into northern County Armagh, the Uí who conquered Charnock, the territory of the Shanachta, the Uí Néill who came to prominence west of Lough Neagh in the lands of the Aileach and Uí Tuatha, basing themselves at the ancient site of Tullyhogue Fort, the sub-kingdom of Uí Strath, which lay to the south of Magnetha, was still ruled by the Aileach and Uí Chain dynasty, however it became a subject of Aileach. By the 12th century they had expanded southwards into Ferleog, in modern-day County Fermanagh. Southwards the nEógain had also established the kingdom of Caer-Praedroma in modern-day County Sligo. Despite these gains, the nEógain suffered some losses. The Uí who had come to prominence in Cenél Conaill eventually forced the nEógain out of Inishowen, with the Uí Domnail Sept expelling the nEógain family Eógain the Chaga of nEógain Moan from Magnetha. Eventually Ferleog and Tuatha came under dominance of the Maguadir lordship of Fermanagh. Caer-Praedroma had also been lost, having been conquered by Tignan Uí of the kingdom of Bearcutifne. With the expansion of the nEógain into Aileach territory, the Church of Armagh, which claimed primacy over Ireland, came under their influence, with Armagh continuing to produce propaganda promoting its own ecclesiastical supremacy. It helped advance the claims of the nEógain. The Vikings throughout the 9th century. The coastline of Aileach and the rest of Ulster was subject to Viking raids. During the 850s, Viking disunity allowed the Ulster kings to fight back and inflict overwhelming defeats on the Vikings. This culminated in 866, when the King of Aileach, Finlath, managed to clear the Vikings from the strongholds in the north, both in Cenél Eógain and Dal na Radi, and won a battle in Loch Foyle on the east coast of Inishowen. This was an important victory as the Vikings largely left Ulster alone for many years afterwards, leaving little imprint on Ulster compared to the rest of Ireland. By the time the Normans arrived in Ulster in the latter 12th century, the Vikings' only settlement of note was Ulfric's interaction with the Normans Gwynedd. It has been proposed that the nEógain occupied the site of Geonan Fort, which may have been within Cenél Conaill territory, and as new kings of the Over Kingdom, renamed it after the home territory, giving it its present-day name of the Geonan of Aileach. It is usually identified, whether correctly or not, as the capital of the Cenél nEógain from the 6th century, until its destruction in 1101 by Muirchertach Éabrian, king of Munster. Cenél Conaill. Below is a chart listing the ancestry of the Cenél Conaill from Niall of the Nine Hostages, which contains figures from oral history until the 8th century, when the historical period in Ireland starts. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. O'Friel, blank, underscore, blank, Einmar, died 569 column Legade Mail Tweil Bresel, died 644 Re of Ireland, Cenél Lugdach Dungal, Re Cenél Mabuska, died 672, blank, Ronan, Seknazak Dub Dieberg, died 703, Garb, Flathgus, died 732, Forbasak, Re Cenél Mabuska, Senfela died 722, Rogaelnick, died 815, blank, Male Duan Fearman, question mark. Ernelik Mayanguil, Senfela Dokar Tach, blank, blank, Dalek, Dux, Cenél Conaill, died 870. Bradigan, Eichnekan, Re Cenél Conaill, died 906. Bagel, blank, 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 two sons Flan, Adland Omnal Morconna, died 956 and Amp 962. Abbot of Derry, blank, Aed, died 598. Kieran, Fiacre, founder of Derry, died 620. Blank, blank, Domnall, died 642. Conall Cu Male Cobo, died 615. Camaskatch, died 597. High King, died 704. High King of Ireland, blank, Cenél Conaill Cal, both died 658. 664. Blank, blank, blank. Pipe, 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 exclamation mark. Oengus, died 650. Conall Colgu Elul Flans de Fergus Fanad, died 663. Died 663. Died 666. Died 654. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Congal Senmaga, died 710. High King of Ireland, blank, blank, Dongal Flangerhan Conaill, died 731. Died 732. Died 733. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Obreslin Fernat Loingzech, died 703. High King of Ireland, blank, 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 Flathbatach, deposed 734. Fergus, died 707. 3 other sons, all killed 703. Blank, 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 Aed Muondig, Re in Tuaiscert, died 747. Loingzech Merchant, Re Cenél Conaill, Re Cenél Conaill, blank, died 754. Died 767. Domnall Donchad Male Bresail, died 804. Florida, 784 Cenél Conaill died 767, Flathbatach, Oengus P. Canaan, male Dorade Cenél Conaill, blank, Fogatach male, Bresail Cenél Conaill Cenél Conaill died 904 died 901 branches, clans, and septs. Prominent branches and clans of the Cenél Conaill include the O'Donnell dynasty, O'Doherty family, and the Gallagher's. The most famous descendant of the Cenél Conaill is St. Columba, who founded the monastery at Derry, and is claimed as being the grandson of Conall Gulban. Cenél nEógain. Below is a chart listing the ancestry of the Cenél nEógain from Fergal Mac Mael Duin, the first of the lineage to be recorded in historical records. Branches, clans, and septs. Prominent branches and clans of the Cenél nEógain include the O'Neill and MacLaughlins. However, the MacLaughlins' defeat at the hands of the O'Neills in 1241 led to the O'Neills' dominance over the Cenél nEógain. Bibliography.